I know a lot of Jet fans are like jumping for joy for Michael Thomas. I do not want Michael Thomas. Any Jet fan.
Saint fans don't want Michael Thomas.
I'm sorry?
Saint fans don't want Michael Thomas.
I don't want him. First of all, he's a headache in the locker room. You don't want to bring him in with a young quarterback that's trying to figure himself out in the NFL. He's talented. There's no question that he is, but injury prone. He's been an injury prone player since he's come into the league. He's been in the league for 5 years now. He got a big contract. He's the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Last year, he missed practically the whole season, couldn't stay healthy in the playoffs, and you saw what they were. So, if as a Jet fan, I don't care how good Michael Thomas is. And by the way, you know who he's a nephew of? Keyshawn Johnson. I don't want any Keyshawn Johnson, Thomas. I don't want any blood inheritance for the Johnson family to go to the Jets. So I don't want Michael Thomas. I know
Tell
a lot
us
of
how
Jets.
you really feel.
I just don't want him. I think he's talented. Why would the Jet fan want Michael Thomas? You have Elijah Moore. You have weapons. Denzel Mims looked pretty good in his preseason game. Robert Saleh is coaching him up. I mean, the Jets have weapons. Corey Davis. Why would you want Jamison Crowder? Why would you want to go after a guy that is selfish? He's all about himself, and he's trying to push himself out of New Orleans because he doesn't have a quarterback like Drew Brees throwing the ball anymore. So, to me, he's selfish and he's all about himself. He's not about the team. So why would we want him?
Snug says, I'm sorry to hear that, Tyler. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I already said Carl. Snug said, look what the cat dragged in. That cat party was banging. And Michael Thomas is a perfect match for the Patriot way.
Probably is. I think Michael Thomas would probably be more of a fit with the Patriots than he is with the Jets. But he's not going to the Patriots.
You brought up the Patriots last week too, Tyler,
Yeah.
as one of the favorites you think that would.
I don't think I
I think
can't.
Belichick needs a wide receiver.
Yeah, but Belichick doesn't have the money to pay. After the money that they spent in the offseason, they don't have the money to give to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is getting, what, $23 million a year, $22 million?
No, he's getting a large sum of money. Now, here's the other problem, right? Mm-hmm. His value right now for the Saints is an all-time low. You can't really trade him.
Because of his injury, but I don't know about an all-time low. You could get a first and a third for him, a first and a fourth for him.
So? I'm not
Absolutely.
giving you a first for him.
Why not?
Because of everything you just said before.
He's 27 years old.
That's great. That's fantastic. Drew Brees made him better than what he is.
Yeah, and so
he's not a great route runner. His hands are all right.
He's got good hands. He's got very good hands. I would say he's a top 3 wide receiver in this league. How could you say that? Now, I'm not saying he's not a perfect fit for the Jets, but he's a perfect fit for other organizations and other teams. I mean, if you put him in Chicago with Justin Fields and the weapons that Robinson over there.
No.
You're talking about 2 elite wide receivers on both sides of the ball.
I agree with your comment before about Zach Wilson. I'm not doing that to Justin Fields. Absolutely not.
Well, I wouldn't want to do that to him either, but that doesn't think we've seen Chicago do a lot of stupid things. Well, so I wouldn't be surprised. Remember, they were trying to trade for Russell Wilson in the offseason, giving up.
That's not stupid. That's smart.
Really? 3 first-round draft picks
for Russell Wilson?
3 first-round draft
picks?
A top
5 quarterback?
Yeah.
Hall of Famer?
You're going to give up 3 first-round draft picks and who? Khalil Mack and somebody else?
Yeah.
And somebody else?
I mean, that's a lot, but I would have traded for Russell Wilson.
I wouldn't. They wanted 3 first rounds, Khalil Mack and somebody else.
All right. But that's a heavy asking price.
I'm not trading an elite pass rusher and 3 number 1 picks. That could be, I don't know, lottery picks.
I understand.
So
I get it. I'm not saying that Seattle's compensation would have been fair. That would have been a fair trade.
The other issue, too, is like there's not a lot of teams like the Jets that need wide receivers either. That might make the market hard. The 49ers are probably another one that are interesting. The problem is they don't have a first-round pick, so they'd probably have to do a 2 and a 3 or something like that, a 2 and a 4. Like I know I was mentioning 2 and a 3 and a 2 and a 4 last week as possibilities with that contract.
No, the Saints are going to want a 1.
The Saints will want a 1. The question is where are they going to get it from unless maybe he plays some games this season and maybe he drives his value up, too, or guys get hurt, stuff like that. That's where I think it'll be a little harder. Ben says Packers over Jets. Carl says, are people in the Hamptons better tennis or polo players?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong person.
Tennis.
And Snug says 27 or 47. If you have a headache, then you are a headache.
By the way, the Yankees are playing great baseball right now.
They're now in sole possession of the number 1 wild card
They're
spots.
playing great baseball. They're the hottest team in baseball since for the last month and a half. They've lost.
Imagine how good they'd be with a pitcher.
Well, I think their pitching's been pretty damn good. But we're not talking about baseball. But I just wanted to mention that the Yankees have looked really, really good. And I think they're going to slowly move closer to Tampa. And who knows? They can win that division. So, but nevertheless, that, by the way, all the shots that you took on Brian Cashman, those 2 trades were absolutely genius for the Yankees, just so you know. So. What are you guys looking at each other?
Because you only half listen when people speak.
What are you talking about?
You only hear half the sentences that come out of people's mouths.
What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean?
No one took a shot at Brian Cashman for making the trades.
First of all,
they took a shot at Brian Cashman because he once again neglected the biggest need.
They or you?
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
Well, I
they
guess you
ignored
equal to 2.
The big what?
I guess you equal to 2 because you said they.
Well, they, them.
You've cloned yourself.
They, them is
so
that.
them and they.
Them
so
and they
they're
them.
all. So you're talking about like a whole team of people.
Them and they.
Yeah. Interesting. Go ahead.
They, them, they. I don't know. It's a new legal form. Anyway.
Legal farm?
Yeah, it's like you can't call them men and women anymore. They're them and theys. So he, she's, they. Yeah. So no one said that getting Anthony Rizzo or Joey Gallo was bad. It's bad when you ignore a huge problem your team's had for years, and you continuously add guys.
In the last past month, that's why the last past month the Yankees have the best ERA in baseball, bullpen and starting pitching. Yeah. Oh, okay. And the Yankees are amongst the top 10 in
so Zach Britton's
ERA
blown about 3
and
saves
whip.
in 3 weeks.
The Yankees have the best. They're in a top 10 in ERA and whip in the league, and their bullpen has. From one of the worst, one of the worst. But I think they were ranked 23rd or 24th. They've moved all the way up to 11th or 12th in the last past month and a half. So yeah, the Yankees have been terrible, and they need more pitching. Yeah. Okay. Savarino.
Well, numbers can lie, so the numbers do lie.
I don't know if numbers are lying. Look at the way the
call
Yankees
up,
play.
send downs, trades. Yes, that helps you inflate numbers.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, getting back into football. I'm sorry, guys, that I went off topic. I just wanted to say the Yankees have been fantastic.
Carl says in the
I
comments.
bet you he wants Aaron Boone brought back too.
What are you talking about?
I bet you want Aaron Boone brought back too.
Hal said already he's not firing him. Did you not hear that?
That's great. His contract is up, so you're not being fired. You're not being renewed either.
Hal Steinbrenner is probably going to keep him for another year. I wouldn't be surprised.
News.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, especially if they
I
win
come
the
here
division.
every day with such high hopes of positivity, and every day Earl Marks reminds me that that's not the case.
Well, unfortunately,
you're just waiting for when it comes so you can have a parade.
What?
I mean,
the day Aaron Boone gets driven out of the Bronx? Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be great.
You know what? It's so funny. If Aaron Boone wins a World Series, you still wouldn't give him credit, so it wouldn't even matter. So Aaron Boone,
He's not winning a World Series.
If he wins a World Series, would you give him credit?
No.
Of course you wouldn't. So what's the point of winning a World Series? It wouldn't matter to you anyways.
Yeah, right.
So
Let's not go out there and try to win a World Series because a sports radio host in Long Island said so. No, that's dumb.
I have asked you, and I'll ask you again. If Aaron Boone wins a World Series, are you going to give him credit?
Credit? Yes. A job? No.
If he wins a World Series, he's keeping his job.
No.
Yes.
Not here.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
He'll
How do
keep
you get
his
rid
job.
of somebody after they win? It's not like he was retiring or something.
And to say that Aaron Boone isn't one of the reasons why the Yankees are winning is ridiculous too, because he is.
Yeah, right.
He has been.
Okay.
He has been.
All right.
Yeah, okay. You could blame him when they lose, and you won't
No,
give him credit
no,
when they win. It doesn't make any sense, Tyler.
I'm not blaming him for anything.
Yes, you did. I remember 2.5 weeks ago when the Yankees were, trying to get back into the groove of things. 2.5, 3 weeks ago, you said that Aaron Boone is the reason why the Yankees stink, and the reason why the Yankees are not going to go anywhere.
And
okay, and
if
now
you
all
remember-
of a sudden, in the last 3.5, 4 weeks,
Now you know he doesn't watch the show. About, a half hour ago, I said Aaron Boone's been a good manager for 3 weeks?
I couldn't watch
all
the
right,
show.
Then.
I'm doing an event. How am I going to watch the show?
Then you should have asked me what I said before.
No, I'm telling you right now, Aaron Boone. You got to give a credit. You have to give credit. When
I
credit is
did
due.
give him credit.
All right. Anyways, let's get back into football. Okay?
You're my
I'll
witness.
just read some of the other comments first. Snug asked, if Aaron Boone cures cancer, would you give him credits? Carl says.
Uh,
Carl says there's a lot of baseball talk for not talking baseball. Snug says Aaron Boone for the governor of New
this
York.
Carl guy. Why does he always sound like he's so depressed? You need Carl to go out
Why
there and
don't
get some fresh air.
have you ever heard of a 3-finger discount?
A free finger?
3, not free.
Really?
3-finger discount.
No.
Well,
I've heard of a 5-knuckle punch.
when you take a shower, when you get out of the shower, take your 3 fingers and stick it where the sun doesn't shine.
Oh, God.
No, how's that a discount though? I own my fingers.
No, it's a discount. You're getting something free for nothing.
But from me,
Yeah, you're sharing yourself for yourself
for free.
for free.
So how's that a discount?
It is a discount. It's free.
Snug also says Aaron Boone for governor of New York to clean up after Cuomo.
Get back into football.
Tyler eats for
Cuomo.
2, and Carl says Bears need a wide receiver, but won't pay anyone. The same reason
Please
that
don't
Allen
bring
Robinson.
Cuomo up.
The same reason Allen Robinson will be gone at the end of the year for the Bears.
Carl says, I'm depressed. Let's do some exercise together, Tyler. It will do you some good.
You know, I would love to see the shape of Carl. Come on, let's see.
As you guys know, you're listening to the Sports Loudmouths with Tyler Harrison, Speedy Petey, and Earl Marks.
With a new twist.
Anyways,
I'm dying because all you people talk a lot of shit, and I guarantee you the most exercise you do is moving from one side of the couch to the other. That's okay though. It's all right.
Anyways.
Or lifting up the remote, changing channels. I mean, your fingers are pretty widely used, I guess.
Do you like it widely used?
That depends on who it is.
So you wouldn't mind a guy sticking his thumb in your ass?
Depends.
Interesting. Anyways, Speedy, well, let's get back into football.
All right, so Zach Wilson, one of many rookie quarterbacks that played well in their first preseason game, for sure.
Through 80%.
6 for 9, I think 61 yards. Corey Davis was his most targeted guy.
Denzel Mims caught the ball.
Mims looked
He looked good.
Yeah, Mims looked
He
good.
really did.
Starting to rise up the depth chart again, which is good after the food poisoning.
Did you see the pictures of Robert Saleh when Mims every time he went into the game, he pulled him to the side every time, every play, talking to him and giving him information. That's something, as a Jet fan, you're excited about because you see a coach that actually cares and is actually every time his player steps off the field, you see him walking up to the player, talking to him, pointing things out. That's a coach. That's what you want to see. I'm
Jets haven't had one of those in ever.
Very impressed with Robert Saleh and just his competitive fashion and his competitiveness and just really who he is as a person. I've been very impressed with him as a leader. Really have. But go ahead, Speedy.
Yeah, I was going to say, in terms of the starting unit against the Giants, they played very well. And I think he had two or three, I think 2 third-down conversions in that game, which he did have 3. Okay, which shows a lot for a rookie quarterback right away. And
they were over 6 yards, all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. Spreading the ball around well for him. Obviously, Corey Davis the most targeted, but still spreading the ball around, not forcing anything too. Also, the running backs look pretty impressive too. Michael Carter and Tevin Coleman, when they both had different reps at different times in that game. I think Coleman was with the second unit, and then Carter played with both units, if I remember correctly, when they switched out a lot of the offensive linemen. And he had some good cutbacks, which is actually very impressive. I thought he was going to be more of that pass-catching back type, but he might even be more well-rounded than that.
I told you about Carter. He's going to be the number 1 guy on the depth chart before the season starts. The Jets are going to use him extremely a lot in games. I'm talking about between 19 to 21 touches. He's going to touch the ball a lot. He's going to be the lead rushing guy for the Jets moving forward. He reminds me of kind of like an Alvin Kamara. That's the way he plays. He can catch the ball. He's very fast inside and out. He's a beast going up the middle. He's very hard to tackle because he's small. He's very strong legs. Everything that I've heard about him is they love him. Absolutely love him. Him and Elijah Moore have been climbing up the depth charts since they stepped on the field in Jets camp.
Tyler did say earlier in the show, in one of my questions, that he does think Elijah Moore will become the number 1 this season.
Probably will. I mean, what we've been hearing, there's a very good chance that could happen.